This is The Good Life. I'm Dean Wilson. Today's program, we have a special guest, David Rojas. He is the Director of Music Education at the Turner Foundation. He is going to tell you about some apartment complexes on the west side where low-income kids are getting the gift of music. It's a great story. Stay tuned for David. This is The Good Life. Next. Life, I'm Dean Wilson, and we have a special guest with us today. David Rojas is with us. He is the Director of Music Education at the Turner Foundation, which owns and operates low-income housing communities on the west side of Santa Barbara. And so David is charged with the music education program at those properties. David, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Dean.
Great to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Just where'd you grow up, and what was your neighborhood like, and your family, and that sort of thing.
So I'm a Santa Barbara native, born and raised here. I come from a musical family. My mother was in a band growing up, so I got to see her perform a lot. And it was a South American folk and jazz band called YAD. Definitely influenced me in really growing my appreciation for music and encouraging me to play.
What was the first instrument you picked up?
First instrument that I picked up was actually my sister's electric bass. It was a little Bronco bass. It was really tiny because she played cello. And I was actually the last person to play music because I thought I grew up in a household full of women, and all the women in my family played music. So I associated that as a thing that women did at the time. And so I was the last person in our family to start playing music.
Huh.
But couldn't fight it. Obviously, it's my blood.
Right, right.
But
so it's a musical family.
Musical family. I'm the only one that doesn't do ballroom dancing, though, because everyone else does dance. But
you stayed away from that.
Stayed away from the dance, but I adopted the music. But yeah, first instrument was a Bronco bass, and then to piano, and then to guitar, and then started singing from there.
And you're in a band.
And I'm
now.
currently in a band.
Tell us about that.
So I'm in a band called Rent Party Blues. We've had some really cool success. We've competed internationally in the Memphis blues competition. Competed there as a blues ambassador for Santa Barbara, for the Blues Society of Santa Barbara, yeah. So that was a really amazing experience, and being able to see other musicians play from all around the world, Koreans, people from France, from England, everyone playing blues, and but just doing a fantastic job and keeping the integrity of it. It was really, really beautiful.
So the name of the band again is Rent
Party Blues Band.
Rent Party Blues Band.
Gotta
pay
the rent. There's definitely a website.
Gotta pay the rent.
Yes.
What is the website?
The website is rentpartybluesband.com.
Okay. And you guys play gigs in Santa Barbara,
so we
elsewhere?
Play around Santa Barbara, all up and down California. The furthest we've played is Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. How many are there in the band?
There's 4 of us.
4 of you.
So I sing, play guitar. I'm the lead guitarist, bassist, and drummer. And the band's been around for about 6 years now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Got to pay the rent.
Got to pay the rent.
Yeah. Brother got to eat. I want to get into your role at the Turner Foundation. And for folks who may not know, there are 2 properties on the west side that the Turner Foundation owns. It's low-income housing.
Yep.
And there tends to be a lot of kids around. And so there's a community center at each property where the kids go after school. Tell us about the music part of that program. Kind of walk us through what happens on an average day, or an average day where they have music. What happens with those kids?
Yeah, so we do programming through Monday through Thursday, and then Friday we hold that as a day for enrichment. So we'll do field trips, that kind of activities. But Monday through Thursday, we have 5 core music programs. We have a music exploration program, so it's entry-level workshops that I run. It's more facilitating experiences with the elements of music and understanding what dynamics are, what tempo is, what pitch is, and having kids sing, improvise, and kind of analyze what's happening in that experience and have a discussion about it, and reflecting on what we identify with as far as what we like and why. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the exploration portion of it. Then we also have one-on-one music instruction program where where I take on students one-on-one with different instruments. Right now we currently teach vocal technique, piano, bass, drums, and guitar.
Wow.
And then after that, it turns into our youth blues and jazz band. So anybody that's in our one-on-one sessions is required to also be in performance arts, and that's what that's for.
Okay.
For them to really exercise those skills they learned with me, and then exercise them with their peers.
Okay.
And really build that team kind of player mentality and being able to work together and
right.
Just empower each other through that experience.
Yeah. Wow. It's funny because I the other day I was having coffee with a business executive in Santa Barbara who I think is I don't know how old she is, but she lived at the Village. I'm actually talking to her about some different projects, but we were talking about the Village, and she said, I learned piano lessons. I had piano lessons at the Village. This is like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
But she remembered that. It had an impact. And so the work you guys do, I mean, it really, music is the kind of a gift that can go on and on and on.
Definitely.
I mean, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. It definitely taps into the person's fullest potential. When you're doing music right and really using it as a way to empower somebody, it really builds up confidence. Obviously, it really influences their ability to, critically think, and analysis skills, deductive logic. All that is adopted through just playing music, which is really, really beautiful. And like this young lady you're saying, that's fantastic. She remembers the initial experience of just
right.
learning the piano, and that being
right.
a blessing in her life. So that's really
right.
cool.
And music, if you think about it, if you have an instrument, I mean, obviously there's some cost to that, but from there on out, it's free. I mean, if you want to practice, I mean, obviously the program you do is free for the kids, but I'm saying for life, you don't have to join a country club. You don't have to pay green fees. You don't have to pay a tennis club.
right.
You can do music wherever you are, by yourself, with other people. I mean, that's kind of a cool gift.
It's a beautiful gift. Yes, definitely. You can do it by yourself, with other people. It's however you want to, experience it and how you want to share it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, like you said, it's a wonderful gift to have.
Yeah, and that's another good point. It's a gift you can receive, and it's a gift you can share, because music blesses other people.
Definitely.
I'm not sure I've ever met a human being in my life who said, I don't like music. I can't remember one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've definitely met some youth in the past
who weren't into it. But I bet you they play music on their iPod.
They definitely matured to the point where, like, you know what, I do like music.
Yeah, right, right. I think it's secret when you're young, but you still love it deep down.
You still love it deep down, definitely.
You've developed some community partnerships
yes.
in Santa Barbara. I know the Santa Barbara Bowl Foundation has been heavily involved, the Squire Foundation and others. Tell us about the partnerships, who's helped you,
yes.
and who are the key partners that you have?
So two big key partners is Sonos and
Sonos?
Sonos.
Okay.
So what they do is they create state-of-the-art powered speakers. And I think it's more like for entertainment centers for your home. I think they also furnish all homes with speakers in every room kind of thing too.
Okay.
But we built a partnership with them, and which allowed us the ability to have speakers in every room for our facility, so we can play music in every room. And
cool.
More importantly, when I reached out to them, it was mostly trying to furnish our music studios with their speakers, and they also did that for us too, which is really beautiful, as far as really updating our space and providing more effective programming that way.
Okay.
And so Sonos is one of them for that. And then the Santa Barbara Bowl Foundation, they supported us with granting us the instrument, I think it's called the Instrument Fund, and allowing us to furnish both our music studios with brand new instruments.
Wow.
So that has definitely also been a blessing in the sense of really bringing our studios up to date so that we can provide more effective and meaningful programming for our kids.
Right. Let me ask you a question about the kids. So, because I'm curious about this, music is something that can be learned, but do you notice pretty early on that some kids have the gift or have more of the gift or less? And I mean, does that happen?
Definitely. I think that goes for like a lot of different sports or
Right.
hobbies.
Right.
We definitely see people who are really gifted, young people that are gifted, and obviously when we see that, we want to do our best to nurture that.
Right.
But at the same time, though, we also want the people that are also trying real hard, following through with their own commitments, and really trying to become a better musician or whatever that may be.
Yeah. To reach their potential.
To nurture that as well, because everyone, deserves that opportunity to continue to grow.
Right.
But I definitely do see that, and it's beautiful when we do see that.
Right. And so this is a program currently that on the west side is providing the gift of music for free to kids in low-income apartment communities.
Yes.
I know that, and I've heard that there is a vision for growth and expansion of the Turner Foundation Music Academy, where more kids, disadvantaged kids, low-income kids that wouldn't get music,
Totally.
can get it. Tell us a little bit about your vision, your thoughts, your dreams in terms of what that could be.
So right now it's kind of, we're providing like a smaller version at the Village and at the Lighthouse Music Studios. And really what we're doing is perfecting our model there and then expanding on that model. I had mentioned earlier, we have 5 core music programs: music exploration. We have a cross-curricular program where we learn about the world around us through music, one-on-one instruction, the youth band and jazz band. And we have, essentially it's like a field trip program. It's like music enrichment excursions. So we have 5 core music programs, one of them being cross-curricular studies. So that's an opportunity for kids to learn about the world around them through music. The most recent one we did was a study on Martin Luther King and what he stood for, and we did that through song analysis. So we studied Sam Cooke's "When Change Is Going to Come" and the message within that song. And so through kind of an analyzing and understanding what was going on in the 60s and what Martin Luther King was doing, this allowed our kids to really exercise their social and emotional growth and really empathize what was going on back then. But then also through that song analysis, kind of figure out there's this person here talking about how they have faith and hope that one day the world's going to change and we're going to have equality. And the beautiful thing is being able to facilitate that with leading questions and having them find the answer and really critically thinking about that. So I think that's what makes this program really beautiful is since we adopt this idea of being able to integrate music with the world around us, it allows us to really develop those synthesis skills and have these kids critically think about what's going on and give me some really beautiful, genuine answers. So that is what the cross-curricular program kind of looks like. But we also want to add 2 other things to that where we're nurturing like entrepreneurship and music business. We want to do technology as well, so kids can learn how to build amplifiers, rebuild their guitars, and also offer a really beautiful, comprehensive music production program as well. And that all under the Music Academy. And we're hoping to serve more kids and for the whole public where, anybody, all young people from all like socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds can all come together and play music together. Yeah. And they can do it by themselves, they can do it with instructors, they can use our practice rooms. That's kind of the vision of what we're trying to produce. That's the dream. And you have a facility. We don't have a facility yet. Yeah, so the dream would be to have a facility, of course, that people could come to regardless, not having to pay. Not having to pay, completely free. It's after school programming for the kids. Right. Just doing our best to tailor ourselves around the youth's interests through music. Yeah. And just doing our best to really create that meaningful experience for them at the Academy. Yeah. So if somebody's out there watching and they're interested in that dream, they should contact the Turner Foundation. Yes, please contact the Turner Foundation. Yeah, because that is a very exciting vision. And people who want to, somebody has a guitar they're not using anymore lying around their house, I'm assuming you take Yes,
donations?
we take donations. Yeah, if anybody is using is not using an instrument and is just kind of collecting dust, and they want to give it to us so that we can give it to a kid and bring that life back into that instrument through instruction. Donations, volunteers. We are trying to move, develop another program for our after-school program that we do have now, which is a music production program. So we are also trying to receive donations that will help us build like sound recording equipment, headphones, headphone monitoring systems, stuff like that will really provide more of a meaningful, effective programming for our music production program.
Right.
So that stuff would definitely go a long way as well.
Right. David, I think it's fantastic what you're doing, and I think it's awesome that you love music, you're good at it, but you're investing your life in giving that gift to these kids. So kudos.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
It's
for what
my
you
pleasure.
do. Love to have the community involved, but David, thank you for coming on, and
Dean, thank you so
appreciate
much
what
for
you do.
having me.
Thank you, brother. It's a good life. We'll see you next time.